Hello, Professor Toybox here along with Mr. Incredible, and I've got a real treat for you today. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of my Incredibles themed toy box. You've already seen the park area here as I've been working on the paintball challenge, but now you'll get to see the full toy box. After that, I'm going to show you how to build a more traditional deathmatch game using the random respawn capability from last time. And then Mrs. Toybox is going to join us today, and we're going to have a proper deathmatch game. Be sure to stick around to see which one of us wins. First, I'll take you on a quick little tour of my toy box, which will serve as the battle arena for my deathmatch game. And I wanted a larger area than just the park. A lot of places to go and explore. And so I'll go into Spark mode here and give you a good look at this. And as we come up and out, I've laid this out similar to a tic-tac-toe board. And the park is in the center square, and I've got clusters of buildings in each of the other squares, and a road that runs around the perimeter of the toy box. And each side of the toy box is different, so you kind of know which side you're on. This side is mostly railing that looks out over the skybox, and you come around this way, and there's buildings that are set up along here. And then on this side of the toy box, I'm using the Main Street USA buildings, which kind of gives you an old downtown waterfront type vibe. And on the final side, over this way, I've got kind of a park-like setting along the water here with lots of trees and grass and such. And you'll notice I've got vehicle generators around the perimeter road here. There are two vehicle generators out here. There's one on this side, and there's one on the opposite corner from the park over here near the starting pad where you come into the toy box. And so that lends itself for some ground vehicle battles if you want. And you can also get up on top of these buildings. So over here, there's some pipes that you can climb. That'll take you up this way, and another object generator up here. I've got object generators all over the toy box here with randomly selected objects, so it'll be a little different every time. You'll have some different weapons and toys to play with. But if you come up over here, you can take this little rail slide across, and then this little cannon thing will shoot you across over here, where you'll find a helipad with the Incredicopter on it up here. So you can have some aerial battles too, or somebody in the helicopter chasing a car on the ground, and lots of possibilities. There's also another Incredicopter across the way, and if you take this little elevator up over here, and some pipe climbs and rail slides, you can get up over here to this Incredicopter, or you can do that on this side as well. I've got a pipe climb here that will take you up to the top of this building, and you can take that one over. So there's a lot of different ways to get around on the rooftops here, and that keeps this from kind of being stuck on the ground. You can attack from above. You can do all kinds of different things. And I did this because I wanted some epic deathmatch type battles. With all kinds of vehicles and helicopters and streets to race through and vehicle weapon generators and such. So yeah, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started on the deathmatch challenge. Okay, so as we get started here, I'm going to put the challenge on the opposite side of the park from where we start in the toy box, which is over by that little elevator going up and down. And we're going to stick it back in this little cubby hole back here. So there's 4 toys I'm going to need. I'm going to need the challenge maker, and we'll drop that down right here. And we're also going to need a scoreboard to keep track of the number of kills that each player has. So I'll put that right here. And we're going to need a victory tracker. We can use this to keep track of which player is defeated and which player gets the score. And the last thing we're going to need is the randomizer. And again, that's for our random respawn. And I've already taken the liberty of putting down a bunch of checkpoints throughout the city. I've got one there that we used last time that I'm going to reuse. And I've got a few up on top of the rooftops, like over here. And another one down behind this billboard. I've got one up on the corner roof over here. And they're scattered around too. Got one on each of the corners of the toy box. Down here and over there. In different places. Oh, there we go, down on this end. So over here in this little corner. So I've just kind of scattered them around and tried to make them fairly far apart so that wherever you happen to respawn should hopefully be far enough away from other player so that you don't get hurt and you got a chance to survive. These checkpoints here in the park I've actually hidden so that when we're out here hooking these other ones up, we don't get confused about what goes with what. So you can see those are turned off and invisible. So yeah. So anyway, as we get started, we'll go ahead and start with the challenge maker itself. So I'll come into Spark mode. We'll come over to the challenge maker and come down to properties. And we do not want to auto start. Our score label is going to be points. This will be the number of kills. And our start location will be separate locations for players 1 through 4. And our end location is fine. And I think all the rest of these are pretty good. And of course I can't change those. And the challenge type I'm going to leave to all vehicles and mounts. So you can fly or drive or go on foot or whatever you want to do. For the locations, I'm going to go ahead and reuse the paintball locations. So we're going to go ahead and set up a locator connection for player 1 over here. And we'll start in the park with the deathmatch, but it won't stay confined to this. So this, like before, will be player 1's location. And the locator on the opposite side will be for player 2. And that's this locator right here. So we'll start in those same 2 spots. And on invites accepted, so new logic connection on the challenge maker, on invites accepted, we need to come over to the victory tracker and activate that. And we'll set that up first. And likewise, when the game is ended, we want to turn that off. And I can't remember if there's any properties here. Nope, I didn't think so. Okay, so that's it for the victory tracker as far as activating and deactivating it. And come over to the scoreboard next. So under properties for the scoreboard, we can set the score that we want to play to. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 for now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do 2. So whoever gets 2 kills wins. And visible display is on, hide used. So yeah, that's all good. And normally I would probably set that to 5, but I don't want this video to be too long today. So now that that's set up, we can go ahead and connect our challenge maker to that. So new logic connection. On invites accepted, I want to come over to here and reset the scoreboard for the new game. And then new logic connection on game ended. We'll come over here and we'll remove the display for this and hide it since it wouldn't be needed. And then on the scoreboard itself, we'll do a new logic connection, and when the target score is reached, first player to reach 2 kills, we'll come back to the challenge maker and we'll complete the game. So that'll tell the challenge maker that the game is done. And that's it for the scoreboard. I'll come back to the victory tracker, and we'll do a new logic connection from here so that when defeated, player 1 is, I sound like Yoda, when player 1's defeated, we're going to come over to the scoreboard and we're going to increment the count by 1 for player 2. So when player 1's defeated, player 2 gets a point. And likewise, when defeated, player 2 is, we're going to increment by 1 the score for player 1. And that will keep track of that. So that's the basic deathmatch game. And we've set that up before in our Flight Games number 4 video. But now we're going to add the random respawn. And just like before, our victory tracker, we want to do a new logic connection. When defeated, player any is, we'll come over to our randomizer and we'll say action. And on the randomizer, we will do a new logic connection, and we've got to hook each of these 10 random triggers up to their corresponding checkpoints. So this first one, I'm going to hook up to this checkpoint. So we'll set the checkpoint to be for all. And I'm going to hook up each of those 10 random trigger signals to their checkpoint. I'll do that offline so you don't have to watch me do all of this. And I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, I've got everything hooked up and I'm ready to test the deathmatch. So at this point, I'd like to bring Mrs. Toybox into the game. Go ahead and say hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And press plus to join. There we go. So let's go ahead and test this out. So we'll invite others. And here we go, traditional type deathmatch. I'll try to go easy on you, hun.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, hold still. There we go.
Hey, hey, hey!
Bingo!
Hey! Oh my gosh! Oh! Okay. Let's see, where did it put me? Oh, I'm over here. Alright. That was a lucky shot.
Uh-huh.
Try to keep my distance from you a little bit. There we go. Oh, hey! There we go.
Get up, get up, get up!
Get back here, you. Hey!
Oh, hey, 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 that's not fair.
Ah! Ah!
That was awesome. You got to the best.
Okay. Well, I guess that turned out pretty good. We got a fun free-for-all deathmatch game that should make some epic player battles. I like that, even though I did lose. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I want to thank Jeremy Hensley for his original viewer request regarding the random respawn. That was a great idea. It was easy to implement, and I think it's something we can all benefit from in our toy box battles. If you have a question about how to do something in the toy box, or there's something that you'd like to see me try to build, whoa, hey, what are you doing?
Hey, I won! I got my trophy!
Hey, put me down. I can't do anything. Hey. Okay. Hey, whoa! Hey! The fight's over. What are you doing?
That's what you thought.
Hey.
Now that took guts.
All right, all right. Hey. Uh-huh. Okay. You want to fight? I'll give you a fight. Where'd you go?
Here I am.
Yeah, here I am. There you go. Take that. Hey!
Get up, get up, get up!
Jeez. Golly. There we go.
Puny God.
Ah.
There's more where that came from.
I bet there is.
Hi, honey. Love you.
Love you too.
Hey, golly.
Gotcha.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time.